Hey everyone, I hope you're taking it easy and your day has been great thus far. For this video we'll be going through an unboxing of the Moderoid Aestivalis, and this particular version of the Aestivalis is actually the ground battle frame as opposed to the aerial frame that I would have looked at within the last few weeks. And this particular Aestivalis was produced by a good small company under the whole Moderoid line, and was released this year still being 2023. And I did grab this from Hobbylink Japan, so there will be a link to the Aestivalis in the description. So pretty much getting straight into it, because one, the box is awkwardly tall. Front of the box of the Aestivalis ground battle frame. So the ground battle frame sports more of a predominant pink motif, whereas the aerial was more of a blue. So we do have a shot of the ground battle frame right there, and I do believe there will be some additional accessories included as well, from what I've quickly seen from the side of the box. So definitely some very nice cover art here. Moderoid tend to have good cover art, so you can never go wrong with that, so definitely very, very cool. Now, looking at the side of the box, similar to what we saw with the original Aestivalis, it's just some very interesting line art of the Aestivalis, which is very cool. In fact, I can actually do it this way, somewhat. Now, as for the back of the box, so looking at the very top, front and rear shot of the Aestivalis. So pretty much primary pink for the armor, a lot of grey, and either dark grey / black for everything else. But overall, looking very, very nice. As for down here, we have some more images of more of the gimmicks of the kit. So equipped with its weaponry, using one of its weapons. I'm not too sure what the name is. I'm sure it has a proper fancy name. And obviously all the accessories included. So the Aestivalis weapons and one of these, I wish I knew what it was, but no English. But we do get some better shots of them here. And then lastly, there's a bit of an interesting gimmick with the frame, and it is highlighted. I know it was highlighted on the aerial frame, where it can basically dock and undock the core and head units and be interchangeable. So there's the core frame runner itself, and then this little core mechanic, which isn't too dissimilar to a lot of the vegan suits from Mobile Suit Gundam Age. Anyway, that was the box. Time to crack open the box and have a look at the runners, which I will do in my own time, because I know these Moderoid kits like to be very interesting with their packaging of the runners. And with everything out of the packaging, front of the manual for the ground battle frame Aestivalis, so pretty much a rehash of the front cover of the box. Just trying to remember how the manual works. So if we flip open the first little page of the pamphlet, we do get to see these shots of the Aestivalis once again, from the front and the rear, and some of these action poses, as well as a breakdown of the parts list. Now, it didn't feel like there was too many parts this time around, and judging by this splash of yellow, it'll just be the one piece that has been pre-painted. Otherwise, I won't spend too much time on this. Like all Moderoid sets, the build is not difficult. It does feel like it gets a bit of inspiration from Kotobukiya regarding some of the smaller pieces, but overall it's not too bad. It should actually be quite easy and straightforward to put together, and I'm sure I mentioned it in the previous Aestivalis. I'm definitely curious to see what the scaling will be like. Here we are, just at the final assembly steps. There will be a connection point for a associated action base, which I do not have, although one of these days maybe I should pick one up. But yeah, pretty much completed Aestivalis, and then going through some of the other things such as its weapon accessories, as well as that other accessory and that interesting little gimmick I referenced earlier. So that is very cool. And also there are no decals or stickers or anything, so that's always a blessing. Now, as for the runners and everything else, before I get too invested, there is a bag with 2 semi-thick PVC wire, so be very careful with that. You probably don't want to lose those. So pretty much straight off the bat, we have those 2. As for the runners, so we have 2 A runners, functional copy in pink, and it is a nice looking pink, to be honest. Definitely has a bit of detailing on some of these pieces as well, which is always a good thing. And then we have this B runner still in pink as well. And surprisingly enough, that's actually all the pink that's actually included. C runner in black. D runner in grey. In fact, there will be a lot of this grey now. But this just goes to show that it does take a bit of a page from Kotobukiya, just having these generally small runners with only a few pieces. We have 2 E runners, functional copy in grey, but I will admit the detailing on the rifle is very, very cool. Now I do believe the rifle is not colour accurate. Not overly surprising, but something to bear in mind. F runner still in grey. Majority of that is hand manipulators with some extra bits, and there's that one piece there that does have some pre-paint on it, piece number 13, and that will definitely be for the eyes and the face area. So that's the F runner. 1G runner in a bit of a bright yellow. H runner back in grey. Jumping several letters of the alphabet, going straight to T, also in grey. 2 of them, functional copy. A U runner in grey, with some nice detailing opportunities. 1V runner in grey. In fact, to be honest, the rain... Oh, actually, no, I take that back. I was going to say they were all grey, but no, they are not all grey. Most of them are grey. W runner in grey still. We have 2 X runners, functional copy, in grey. We do actually now change colours. So we have a Y runner in black. And then lastly, we have a Z runner also in black. But there is some nice detailing on the base of the foot there. Granted, being the base of the foot, won't always see it, but it's there nonetheless. And that pretty much brings us to the end of the unboxing of the Moderoid Aestivalis ground battle frame from Martian Successor Nadesico. So far there's only been the 2 Aestivalis released. I will admit I actually did have a quick look through the opening intro for the show, because it had been a while and I completely forgot, and I can't remember if there's a additional Aestivalis. I don't think there is, but I could be wrong, because obviously I only watched bits and pieces of the intro and I haven't seen the actual series in a while. But there's at least 2 out, which is always a good thing. There's going to be some interchangeability. Who knows, we may see a few more later down the track, on the presumption there are a few more. Thank you very much for watching this unboxing video. Feel free to leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. All of this does help support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram account. Link to that is in the description below. And I'll also have a link to this particular Aestivalis over at Hobby Link Japan as well. And there will also be a card back to the aerial battle frame as well, in case you want to go have a look at that. With all that being said, stay safe, take care, and I will catch you all in a future video. See ya.